My name's Kurt Sinsky. I'm from Warwick, born and raised here. This is my fiance, Jennifer Colkin. She's also from Warwick, born and raised. And him and his team, they kind of like realized, you know, they knew I didn't have much money. They knew what my target house was. They didn't try to push me into something that I couldn't afford. They didn't try to push me into something. You know, they really understood me and they really knew the reality of, you know, what type of house I needed. And we talked about that afterwards, you know.
Yeah, I made like a real honest connection with what he needed.
There was plenty of times I would get an email in the morning, I'd call up Jeff or somebody in the office and be like, you know, I want to look at this house. And, you know, they would agree and we would go right away that afternoon and look at the house to try to, you know, hopefully not get it taken from under us. So, you know, I dealt with couple different realtors in the office, and every one of them, it was, you know, they were all going out of their way and extremely helpful from the beginning. Every one of them treated me exactly the same, and any questions I had, I knew I could talk to anybody in the office. And of course, being a new you know, first-time home buyer, I start to panic. Little do I know, you know, this kind of stuff happens all the time, but I remember it was like 11:30 at night. I call them both on their cell phones at 11 o'clock. I'm at work, but they're probably sound asleep because it's the middle of the week. Jeff, of course, being having a newborn at home. In retrospect, I thought about it. I'm like, I probably shouldn't have bothered him, but I remember they both were. It was no problem at all. Like I wasn't bothering them, and you know, that really meant a lot to me, knowing that at 11:30 at night I could call them up on their cell phone and not bother them, or you know, they both picked up and didn't you know, faze them at all that it was late at night. So that was you know, definitely impressed me a lot. Sitting down with Jeff and just having, you know, the first meeting with him and him just telling me from beginning to start what had to be done, it really gave me a lot of confidence and actually made it enjoyable. I never thought buying a house would be enjoyable, but you know, meeting with Jeff and looking at the houses and going with his team and looking at different houses actually made it, you know, it was actually a pleasure to me.
You could also say that this house was like one of the only houses down here in the village that Jeff put us in that didn't flood during Hurricane Irene.
Yeah, that was the other thing too. Yeah, I was worried.
Yeah, we were worried about that, but
I remember being at the firehouse, worried, calling her up every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Waiting for the house.
It's a dry basement.
Of course, I think the office is flooded.